In Quebec, recent polls reveal Premier François Legault's popularity tanking over his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. That rating took another dip today. That's because Legault announced Quebec will be the first province in Canada issuing fines to the unvaccinated. Lindsay Richardson joins us from Montreal with more. Lindsay, thanks for being with us. This was not the announcement everyone was expecting today.
No, Dennis, it's been another whirlwind 24 hours. And in that 24-hour cycle, we've been focused on the fact that our National Director of Public Health submitted a resignation letter to the Premier yesterday. So this is what we thought he'd be addressing during this afternoon's press conference. And he did, saying that Dr. Horacio Arruda is stepping down, citing strain of the job, that he'll be taking a couple of months off, and that an interim director has been appointed in his place. But obviously, most of the discussion and controversy seemed to come up with this announcement he slipped in that he will start penalizing the province's unvaccinated in the coming weeks.
And that's a pretty unprecedented move. What do we know so far about this plan?
Well, first and foremost, Dennis, this is the first Canadian province to enforce sanctions or penalties on its unvaccinated population. No other province or territory in Canada has instituted a similar system. So even though it is a penalty, and Legault says he will be fining people who have not had their first dose of the vaccine or do not have a medical exemption, he's calling it a health contribution. And that's because of the enormous strain being put on the healthcare system, reportedly due to the fact that there's still a bit of a lag in the vaccination rates. So these people will be fined a quote-unquote significant amount. We haven't attributed a dollar amount yet. That is still being worked out. But we'll see in the coming weeks what happens. It was a very quick announcement, and it sounds like there are still quite a few kinks to be worked out on the provincial side.
No kidding. The announcement is only a few hours old, but I understand Quebec's already dealing with some pretty strong reactions.
Yeah, definitely. Now, in the last week, several health experts have gone on record speaking to the media saying that the only way to really tackle COVID-19 spread in this fifth wave would be to start penalizing the unvaccinated. I don't think anybody really expected it to materialize in this way, but other measures that Quebec has implemented in the recent weeks to drive up their vaccination rates have proven to be effective. For example, Quebec's health minister announced that people would have to present their vaccination passports in order to access the province's pot and liquor stores. And after that announcement was made, first dose appointments actually quadrupled. So we'll have to keep an eye on those appointment numbers in the coming weeks. We'll see what happens. Still a lot of unknowns. And so it's more of a stern warning at this point, but it remains to be seen whether it will have a tangible effect.
Well, quite the developments indeed there, Lindsay. Appreciate you taking some time to break it down for us.
Thanks, Dennis.